This episode is going to be on looking for the best in people and situations. I think as dads, we need to look for the best in people and situations. I feel like the dad really sets the tone for his family, and if he's always a negative Nancy and looking doom and gloom at everything, and so is the rest of the family, and that's how the kid's going to grow up, or kids. And if he's always, the forever optimist and always looking at the positive side of things and the bright side of life, I think A, that's going to lead him to be a lot happier in life, and B, that's what the kids are going to see, and that's what mom's going to see, and the truth is there is evil and darkness in the world, and we can't ignore that. We just don't want to let it consume us or our families. And that's a big reason why our family doesn't ever watch the news. We don't even have cable anymore. So there's no point. News doesn't make you happy. It doesn't tell you all the good things. So, why sit there for an hour and be miserable and just hate everything in the world that's going on? I think it's super important not to be the guy that complains about everything. I have a natural tendency to do just that. Inside my head, I'm super positive, like ultra optimist. And in everyday conversation, I gotta admit, I'm just so talented at pointing out flaws and negatives. Like, I see them right away. And often that comes off as nitpicking and complaining. And I certainly need to do a better job at voicing the positives in everyday conversations with friends, family, and peers, and employees, and certainly employees, because I just point about everything they're doing wrong. I just can point it out. And then when they do something positive, it's like, oh, well, that's what you're supposed to do. So I need to do a better job, certainly, at especially in that aspect. Just like it's easy to see the bad in life, it's really easy to see the good too. You just have to look for it and recognize it. And if you want to live in a world where you're scared, sad, mad, frustrated, and disappointed all the time, then by all means, watch the news. Listen to your politicians. Point out everything wrong in the world. You're going to end up unhappy. But if you want to live in a world full of goodness and light, and all you have to do is look for it. And not as many people talk about it because it seems to take more effort, especially for those of us who just aren't natural at speaking about it. When you look for and recognize the best in people, your whole world changes. And happiness, it doesn't come from your bank account. It doesn't come from your job or where you live. I'm repeatedly saying to my boys, like, all the time, like, look for the good, look for the good. Or they'll point out something, how bad it's going. We have a bad camping trip or bad time at a park, or the drive's miserable. And we just start bringing up the good and talking about it. And, yeah, it's not fun for the campground to be rained out, but look how much fun we had. We got muddy. Our socks were soaked, but we had a blast. So always trying to find the good, even in the bad. And sometimes that's harder than other times, but I think there are plenty of people at the campground we were at. This was just past couple weekends ago, that were complaining, about how miserable it was, and probably left and went home or didn't even show up at all. Whereas they could have had a good time. They could have looked for the good inside your control. And as a dad, like I said, and I'm gonna say this over and over again, dads set the tone. They really do. If dad's happy, mom's happy. If dad and mom are happy, kids are happy. And that works both ways. Moms are obviously on almost, moms and dads appear together. And so if mom's miserable, it's going to be a lot harder, but dad can certainly set the tone there. Lead by example, be the example. Telling my boys repetitively all the time, look for the good, look for the good. But yes, this situation sucks. What's good about it, And they always say nothing, and then we have to coax it out of them, or I have to tell them what it is. But I'm just trying to train that mentality of, let's look for the good in this situation. Gosh, people complaining all the time, like, oh my gosh, your soup was cold, and the whole night's ruined. The whole night's not ruined because your stupid soup was cold, and that lady probably knows who I'm talking about now. Unsolicited advice. The next time someone does something or says something that irritates me, I'm going to try to give them a pass. Now, we can't and we should not be ignorant of the bad and the evil in the world, and because I don't think that's a healthy long-term play either. But I just don't want bad and evil to consume my life. And I wouldn't want to consume any dad's life or any kid's life or any mom's life. So just choose to look for, recognize, and actually talk about the good in the world. It's not going to kill you. So thanks for listening to my thoughts and on being a dad that looks for the best in people and situations. Comment below. I'm 100% listening to those comments, and that's what future episodes are going to be based off of. Feel free to submit stories and thoughts to Townsend@townsendrussell.com. And of course, find us everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, podcast, and our website. I'm Townsend Russell with the Dad Group and 100% Dad. We're preaching over here for dads to step up, be real men, and be real leaders of their home.